What does it truly mean to be a softer woman without losing the fierce essence of who you are? Darling, this isn't about dimming your light or folding yourself into a box labeled nice. Being a softer woman isn't about fading into the background. It's about redefining strength with grace. Welcome to Feminine Queen, where we unravel the art of balancing power with poise, depth with delicacy, and fire with flow. Can I tell you a secret? Society's been lying to us. For years, they've framed softness as fragility, equating gentleness to surrender. But here's the truth. Softness isn't shrinking, it's strategic. It's trading tension for ease, resistance for magnetism, and rigidity for rhythm. You don't extinguish your spark to glow softly. You learn to let it illuminate without burning. Femininity isn't a cage, it's a spectrum. Whether you're a wildfire or a quiet flame, a thunderclap or a hum, softness is the mastery of holding space for all your dimensions. It's not about dulling your edges, but letting them shimmer with intention. So, sweet soul, are you ready to embrace softness as your superpower? While standing rooted in your truth, let's rewrite the narrative together. 1. Softness is power, not weakness. Softness isn't the absence of strength, it's strength distilled into its purest, most elegant form. Think of a willow tree in a storm. It bends, it sways, it adapts, yet its roots grip the earth with unshakable resolve. This is the essence of feminine power. When you soften, you're not surrendering. You're choosing to move through the world with a quiet authority that disarms aggression and commands respect. The women who change history aren't the ones who meet force with force. They're the ones who rewrite the rules entirely. Cleopatra didn't conquer empires with a sword. She did it with strategic grace. Your softness is your superpower. It's the velvet curtain that hides the steel beneath, the quiet confidence that says, I don't need to fight you to win. Imagine this. Someone criticizes your choices. The old you might snap back, armor clanking. The softer you smile, tilt your head and say, I hear you. Not because you agree, but because you're too rooted in your truth to be rattled. Softness is knowing your worth, not proving it. It's the quiet hum of a woman who's done competing, because she's too busy blooming. Softness requires discernment. It's not about being passive or people-pleasing. It's about knowing when to hold your ground and when to flow around obstacles. A soft woman isn't fragile, she's fluid. She doesn't waste energy on battles that don't serve her. She invests it in creating a life that aligns with her values. Softness is the art of strategic surrender. It's letting go of the need to control every outcome and trusting that your presence alone is enough to shift the energy in the room. 2. The feminine is a force of nature. The feminine spirit is as vast and untamed as the cosmos. One moment, it's the gentle hum of a summer breeze. The next, it's the roar of a hurricane tearing through everything in its path. Society loves to label women as either nurturing or ambitious, gentle or fierce. But these are illusions. You are not a category. You are a living contradiction, a storm wrapped in silk. The feminine isn't a personality trait. It's a primal force. It's the creative energy that births galaxies and the quiet patience that shapes mountains over millennia. To deny any part of this spectrum is to amputate your soul. Embrace your duality, darling. Let yourself be the wildfire that clears deadwood and the rain that nourishes new growth. The world needs women who refuse to be compartmentalized. When you stop trying to fit into boxes, when you own your chaos and your calm, you give others permission to do the same. This is how revolutions begin, not with slogans, but with women who dare to be fully, unapologetically alive. Ever watch the ocean? Some days she's crashing waves, others she's still as glass. Does the moon scold her for changing? No, it leans in closer. That's you, sweetheart. You're allowed to be a sunrise and a thunderstorm. Anyone who demands you pick a role, they're just afraid of your magic. 3. The world trains women to be hard. Unlearn it. From the moment girls take their first steps, they're handed invisible armor. Don't cry. Don't trust. Don't show weakness. By adulthood, that armor calcifies into a second skin, a fortress of cynicism, sarcasm, and emotional detachment. But here's the truth. They don't teach you. Armor doesn't protect you. It isolates you. It turns your heart into a museum of what-ifs and never-agains. Softness isn't naivety. It's rebellion. It's the radical act of choosing tenderness in a world that profits from your numbness. To soften is to reclaim your birthright. Imagine a rose that refuses to bloom for fear of being picked. What a tragic waste of beauty. Your vulnerability isn't a liability, it's your greatest offering. Every time you let someone see the real you, the messy, passionate, imperfect you, you chip away at the lie that love must be earned through perfection. This is how you rewrite the script, not by building taller walls, but by planting gardens where walls once stood. Let's play a game. Next time you feel the urge to armor up, pause. Take a breath so deep it tickles your toes. Ask yourself, what would love do? Not Hallmark movie love. Real, gritty, I see you love. Sometimes love says no. Sometimes it whispers, try again. But it never says harden your heart. 4. Hot versus cool feminine energy. Which one are you? Hot feminine energy crackles like a bonfire. It's bold, magnetic, impossible to ignore. Think Frida Kahlo, her unapologetic passion splashed across canvases that still set souls on fire. Cool feminine energy flows like a mountain stream, deep, reflective, pulling you into its stillness. Picture Audrey Hepburn, her elegance a silent revolution. Neither is superior. Both are essential. The question isn't which should I be, but which am I today? Your energy isn't static. It's a dance between shadow and light. When a hot woman learns to smolder instead of blaze, she becomes irresistible. When a cool woman taps into her undercurrent of intensity, she becomes unforgettable. The goal isn't to pick a side. It's to master both. A CEO can lead boardrooms with fiery vision, then come home and soothe her child with lullabies. A poet can channel volcanic emotion into verse, then sit in sacred silence under the moon. You contain multitudes. Stop choosing between them. Ever worn a dress that made you feel like a goddess? That's hot energy. Ever gotten lost in a book while sipping tea? That's cool energy. The trick isn't to label yourself, it's to listen. Your soul knows what it needs. Some days you'll be a siren song, others a lullaby. Both are divine. 5. Your inner world shapes your outer reality. Your mind is an alchemist. It transforms thoughts into destiny. If your inner dialogue sounds like a drill sergeant, work harder. Do better. Your life becomes a battleground. But when you speak to yourself like a lover, rest, darling, you're enough. Miracles happen. Softness begins in the secret conversations you have with your soul. Every I'm not good enough hardens you. Every I choose me sets you free. This isn't woo-woo nonsense. It's neuroscience. Chronic self-criticism floods your body with cortisol, keeping you in fight or flight mode. Self-compassion triggers oxytocin, the bonding hormone that heals. Want to change your life? Start by changing your mind. When you stop weaponizing your thoughts against yourself, the world stops feeling like a war zone. People will mirror your gentleness back to you. Opportunities will flow where resistance once lived. The outer world always bows to the inner. Try this. For one day, talk to yourself like you're your own best friend. Made a mistake? We'll fix it. Love. Feeling overwhelmed? Let's pause and breathe. You'll be shocked how your chaos quiets. The world reflects what you believe you deserve. So, darling, believe in miracles. Feminine queens, your crown is calling. To the woman watching this, you didn't click here to stay the same. You're here because part of you remembers, the version of you that laughed louder, loved fiercer, and moved through life like poetry in motion. That woman isn't gone. She's buried under layers of shoulds and can'ts. This is your invitation to excavate her, not to become someone new, but to resurrect who you've always been. The world needs your softness like deserts need rain. Will you withhold it, or will you let it flood? 6. Defensiveness is exhausting. Let it go. Defensiveness is the bodyguard your trauma hired. It thinks it's protecting you, but it's really keeping you lonely. Every time you cross your arms, roll your eyes, or fire back with sarcasm, you're building a moat around your heart. Softness asks, what if I didn't take this personally? What if that coworker's snark says more about their insecurities than your worth? What if your partner's criticism isn't an attack, but a clumsy cry for connection? The moment you drop your guard is the moment true power emerges. Picture a lioness. She doesn't bare her teeth to prove she's dangerous. She knows her strength. She moves with lethal grace. Defensiveness is fear in disguise. When you trust your worth, you don't need to justify, explain, or fight for validation. Let your calm be your rebellion. Let your silence be your sword. Next time you feel prickly, place a hand over your heart. Feel that? That's your rhythm, steady and sacred. No opinion, no insult, no outside noise can change that beat. You're alive. You're here. You're enough. Let that truth be your shield. 7. Vulnerability is your secret weapon. Vulnerability is not oversharing. It's strategic intimacy. It's looking your fear in the eye and saying, "You don't own me." Brené Brown got it half right. Vulnerability isn't just courage, it's alchemy. When you admit, "I'm scared," you transmute shame into solidarity. When you say, "I need help," you give others permission to do the same. This isn't weakness, it's leadership. Vulnerability without boundaries is self-sabotage. You don't owe your trauma to strangers. True softness means knowing when to open the vault and when to keep it locked. Share your scars with those who've earned the right to touch them. Let your vulnerability be a sacred exchange, not a free-for-all. This is how you build tribes, not audiences. Think of your heart like a cozy cafe. Not everyone gets a VIP pass. Some get the patio, polite smiles. Others earn a seat by the fireplace. Your stories, your tears, your Me Too moments. Curate your guests wisely, love. Not everyone deserves a key. 8. Slow down. You're not running a race. Modern womanhood is a cult of speed. Hustle, optimize, achieve. But softness can't breathe in a sprint. What if success isn't a finish line, but the quality of your presence? When you slow your pace, you activate your feminine radar, the subtle intuition that notices a friend's forced smile, the creative spark that strikes during a morning walk, the joy of truly tasting your food. Rushing is a form of self-abandonment. Every time you multitask, you fracture your energy. Try this. Wash dishes like it's meditation. Write emails like love letters. Walk like the earth is kissing your feet. Speed creates anxiety. Slowness creates sovereignty. The slower you move, the more the universe conspires to meet you. Here's your permission slip. Cancel one thing today. Just one. Use that hour to stare at clouds, doodle, or daydream. The world won't collapse, it'll sigh in relief. A soft woman knows. Rest isn't laziness, it's rebellion. 9. Your body holds the key to softness. Your body is not a machine. It's an instrument of grace. Notice where you hold tension. Jaw clenched, shoulders hunched, breath shallow. These are not just physical habits, they're armor. Softness begins in the body. Unclench your fists. Let your tongue rest gently against the roof of your mouth. Walk as if your hips are stirring honey. When your body softens, your nervous system shifts from survival mode to creation mode. Cortisol drops. Creativity rises. You become a conduit for feminine energy. Try it now. Inhale deeply, let your belly expand. Exhale, releasing 10 years of shoulders up by your ears. Your body isn't a battleground, it's a temple. Treat it like one. Dance when no one's watching. Stretch like a cat in a sunbeam. Your body is your lifelong companion. Talk to it like a friend, not a foe. Softness isn't a look, love, it's a feeling. 10. Conflict doesn't have to be a war. Most arguments are just two wounded children shouting in adult bodies. Softness in conflict isn't about losing, it's about seeing. Next time tensions rise, pause. Ask, what's the unmet need here? Is your partner really angry about dishes or feeling unappreciated? Is your friend nitpicking your choices or projecting their own fears? Responding with curiosity instead of combat doesn't make you weak, it makes you wise. Picture a martial artist using an opponent's force against them. That's soft power. When you refuse to escalate, you control the energy. The goal isn't to win, it's to understand. Often the person yelling, "You're wrong," is really whispering, "See me." Try this phrase, "Help me understand." 4 words that disarm defenses and open doors. You're not conceding, you're choosing connection over carnage. Softness wins wars by refusing to fight. 11. Trust is the ultimate surrender. Control is an illusion, a desperate dance to avoid life's inherent uncertainty. Softness says, let go. Trust that rejection is redirection. Trust that closed doors protect you. Trust that heartbreak hollows you out so joy can fill you deeper. This isn't blind faith, it's fierce surrender. Think of trust as spiritual gravity. It grounds you when storms hit. When you release the need to micromanage outcomes, you create space for miracles. Maybe the job you didn't get saves you from a toxic boss. Maybe the breakup leads you to your soulmate. Soft women don't white-knuckle life. They ride its waves. After all, you can't control the ocean, but you can learn to swim. When anxiety whispers, "What if it all falls apart?" whisper back, "What if it all falls together?" You've survived every worst day so far, haven't you? Trust your resilience. Trust the universe's messy, beautiful plan. As we close today, remember this. Softness is not passive, it's a deliberate practice. The Stoics taught that true power lies not in controlling the world around you, but in mastering your response to it. Like an oak tree that bends in the storm but never breaks, softness is resilience refined. It's the quiet understanding that your strength isn't measured by how loudly you assert yourself, but by how wisely you choose when to stand firm and when to flow. Think of the river. It carves canyons not by force, but by persistence. It adapts to the terrain without losing its direction. To be a softer woman is to embody that same principle, to hold your boundaries with kindness, to lead with curiosity instead of judgment, and to recognize that gentleness is the ultimate discipline of self-awareness. You are not here to armor yourself against life. You're here to move through it with the unshakable calm of someone who knows her worth cannot be diluted by chaos. But here's my final whisper to you, darling. You're not just learning to be softer. You're remembering who you were before the world told you to harden. The little girl who danced in rain puddles, who hugged without hesitation, who believed in magic. She's still there. And she's so proud of the woman you're becoming. So as you leave this space, ask yourself, where can I replace resistance with receptivity? How can I honor my fire while letting my grace lead? The journey to softness isn't about becoming smaller. It's about becoming smarter. If this resonated, subscribe to Feminine Queen and hit the bell. We're here to walk this path with you. Drop your favorite emoji in the comments if you're ready to redefine strength on your terms. Until next time, stay rooted, stay radiant. And remember, the most profound revolutions begin within. You're doing better than you think. I'm so glad you're here.